If you have questions for Coach Ollie, please.
Coach Ollie, what was the difference offensively in the last 2 days that you're able to get into more of a flow and score more points?
I think we're doing a great job moving the basketball and not settling for the contested threes. We did that early in the season. And I just think our ball movement, I always talk about Gavin getting it to the third side and the fourth side. And I think we're just reversing the ball and then we're attacking. We got some great playmakers and Jalen has really given us a real punch with our offense. Being able to get in the lane. He got 8 assists today and then 1 turnover. So he's playing a great floor game, and then we've spread some shooters out. And then, Daniel is becoming that go-to person that we need. When we need a bucket, we can get him to get his shots and get in the lane and get to his spot. So, we're recognizing that, and I think everybody's playing at a high level. And we're sharing the basketball, and we're taking UConn shots, which is a great thing.
Hi, Kev.
Hey, Jay.
Daniel Hamilton this weekend. What have you liked most about him, basketball-wise, and what have you liked about him, I guess, mentally, psychologically-wise?
Calm, and understanding exactly what he needs to do on the defensive end, offensive end. You know how Daniel sometimes goes through those valleys sometimes where he loses a little sight of his man or have a little lapse. I just think he's been mentally strong and focused and determined in getting the job done. And it's starting with his defense. I think he's doing a great job defensively on our assignments, and then, just getting him in the cage a little bit where he can come off a little couple screens, getting into his areas. He's really, really stepping up. And this is what I always told you. I always say this: coaching is very, very overrated. Players make plays this time of year. You can draw up something, but they got to go make the plays, and Daniel's doing a great job at that. Mita's coming in and playing some great basketball, staying out of foul trouble, and everybody's feeding off each other. And what I wrote on the board today was like, just the thing. If you can't be worried about yourself if you're worried about your teammates on the left and right of you. And I think everybody's playing for each other, and I think that's a great thing. And our team is really feeding off of that energy.
Kevin, you mentioned earlier the history you guys have had this year with your games against Temple and Cincinnati. In light of that, where do you stand on how the selection committee should view the American in terms of at-large bids or any sort of NCAA tournament bursts, over the next 24 hours?
I just think we got a great group of teams. I mean, we deserving of a lot of at-large bids, and of course, somebody's going to take a bid with the championship game here tomorrow. So, I just love Cincinnati, their toughness. You can go down the list, Temple. Playing great basketball. They run our regular season, and Fran has done a great job. Tulsa, they beat us down there. I mean, we just got, from top to bottom, and even our, the teams that's, at the bottom are playing good basketball. So we're going to have a fantastic league. Mike Oresco is doing a great job, him and his staff, for promoting our great conference. And, we love the American. I think everybody in America should love the American too.
Coach, Temple shot 28% the first half.
Yeah.
What were you telling your guys in the pregame when it came to defensive intensity?
Just making them take tough twos. What really helped us, they took 23s and just made 4. Throughout the conference play, they've been taking and making 9 threes a game. That leads our conference. So we wanted to limit the second chance points. I think we kept them in the game by getting 4 offensive rebounds in the first half, but just limiting them off the 3-point line because they really get hot. Coleman comes in and get hot. Everybody remember our game at Temple. We had a 12-point lead with 4 minutes to go, 5 minutes to go. They hit 3 threes in a row. So we wanted to be very cautious of that, run them off the 3-point line, make them contested twos. And when Bond got the basketball, we didn't want to converge so much. He's an excellent passer, and he finds those guys at the 3-point line. So I thought we did an excellent job. And, Rodney don't get all the credit, but I thought Rodney did a great job on DeCozy starting the game out. And then Daniel kind of cleaned it up at the end, but Rodney really set that tone with the intensity, moving his feet, and then playing great basketball on the defensive end.
Question.
What makes UConn so good in the month of March? Because we've seen this for, since Calhoun was here, you guys dominate the month of March.
Yeah, like I said, it starts with Coach Calhoun and ends with Coach Calhoun. He's just a great man. He instilled that value into us, and he always told us to play our best basketball in March. And it's ups and downs, but throughout the season, he makes us tougher. And, he's always done that. He's breathed that into me. And I just want to be playing our best basketball now. And like I say, I don't get too discouraged over the bad days. Bad days are days of experience, and good days bring happiness. So I don't really get down. It's momentarily I get down, but I'm always positive because I know these days is going to build us if we just stay together. And I think everybody is witnessing that, but we still got one more game left. We've been in the championship the last 3 years here, and hopefully third time is a charm, like everybody say.
Question.
Coach, at the beginning of the season, I asked you a little bit about Larry Brown and kind of the connection that he had with his players, and you talked about how down the stretch you want that same type of connection with your players. After a game like Temple, where you have to heavily rely on them making plays and overcoming the adversity, do you believe that they can continue that, and how comfortable do you feel with them now?
It's a process to build trust with your team. So, I thought we had a great connection going in the summer, and of course we had 2 fifth-year seniors that came in and probably didn't want to, step on anybody's toes, so they was cautious to lead a little bit. So we had that. Rodney was coming in; he's a transfer, so we had some dynamics that we had to continue to work through. But I thought our guys did a great job staying together through. I told you those valley times is when you need to, still praise and still stay connected. And we learned in those valleys, and a lot of people don't learn in valleys. They give up and they give in. But when we in the valley, we learn from each other, and this team never separated. They stayed together. They laugh together, and they cry together, and they play hard together. And, everybody see this. And one thing we did the whole season, we played defense. Our offense been sporadic a little bit. Daniel's been up and down. Rodney's been up and down a little bit. Amita's been hurt for 11 games. So our defense always stayed pat, and that's what we hang our hats on.
We'll take one more question.
Could you describe a little bit the defensive game plan against Onichionia? He's been a very difficult matchup for most people in this league. We
are going to red everything with him, and when we say red, that means we're going to switch. We pretty much switch 1 through 4, and then late in the game, when Sean Miller was at the 5, we switched 1 through 5. I think he gets a lot off his pick and pop, so we wanted to eliminate that. He's done a great job this whole season finding his spots, but we wanted to make everything difficult. I took Sean out the game real early because he got 2 open looks without putting the ball on the floor. And we always want him to put it on the floor and drive. But, he's an excellent player. Our coach of the year in this conference, Fran Dunphy, I got so much respect for him. The job he did with that team, they had everybody, different guys step up every night, and he always had those guys fighting. So, it's a great win for University of Connecticut. We're going to soak this one up, and then we're going to be ready for the winner of Memphis and Tulane. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.